Catherine, the Guinness Storehouse, Ireland's leading visitor experience. You've also just won the award as the world's leading tourist attraction. You must be delighted.
Good morning, Owen. We're absolutely thrilled to have won that award, the world's leading tourist attraction. We did win Europe's leading tourist attraction in 2015, and obviously we've won the world's leading beer tour experience. But this is the first time we've won the global award, and it's just a testament to the team and the incredible experience that we have. I'm really proud of everybody. We were the only Irish nominee this year in the Leading Tourist Attraction Award, and the Guinness Storehouse was voted ahead of like the Coors Brewery experience. It's really the tourism Oscars. We were voted, we won the award ahead of like the likes of the Ferrari experience, the Las Vegas Strip, the Great Wall of China, so some of the Disney experiences. So it's fantastic. And look, it's a testament to the brilliant experiences that we have here in Ireland and right across the board.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, we also this year won the Retail Store of the Year at the Retail Excellence Award for our store, for Guinness Storehouse store. So that was a fantastic achievement for the team as well. So not just on the visitor experience side, but on the retail side.
Yeah, and it's a great, it's great for Dublin as well. It's great for Irish tourism that, we can proudly say that we have the world's leading tourist attraction here, on our island. How's 2024 looking for you, and what markets are you particularly excited about?
Well, I think the overall outlook for tourism, according to the UN Tourism Barometer, is a high level of confidence for the prospects for 2024. And we're aligned with that here in the Guinness Storehouse and across our brand homes. The North American market continues to remain really strong, and we're really lucky that, from a foreign exchange perspective, the dollar is really strong. So we offer value for money for the North American market, even though I know some people might say Ireland has to be really careful in terms of its competitiveness. So that market, we had just under 30% of North Americans visiting last year, and we expect that number to grow or to be pretty much the same. And that's really helped by, the likes of the extra routes that are coming in from Aer Lingus and some of the other airlines that are investing. So creating that extra connectivity from the States into Ireland, which is really important for Dublin and for competitiveness, and indeed for the Guinness Storehouse.
Yeah. So if North America is 30% of your market, if you like, the other key markets are what, Europe and GB, and I suppose the domestic is growing, isn't it?
The GB would be our biggest market, actually, and that's been a big surprise since COVID in terms of how it's recovered. And for me, one of the things that shows is the importance of that short haul, that midweek or the weekend trip, and the connectivity with GB. So that's a really important market. And then the domestic market is critical for us. In COVID, it was a huge opportunity. We've gone from 7% of a domestic audience to still maintaining about 20% of domestic visitors.
Yeah.
And that's really around, our investment in Christmas, our investment in St. Patrick's Festival, extending that period of time. And last summer we had a really cool experience where we collaborated to have the highest garden in Ireland with Fatty Burke, and we had Dermot Kennedy on the roof, and we had a whole range of culture activities going on, including Annie Mac on Culture Night. So that's really, as well as coming to visit the experience, it's really to target the domestic audience.
Yeah, it's great. And I think one of the things the Storehouse has always been good at over the years is investing in yourself, and recreating the experience and improving the experience. So we obviously saw the doubling of the gravity bar in recent times. What other things do you have planned that you're able to share or tell us about?
So just in time for St. Patrick's Week, actually, we're just about to unveil our reimagined ingredient space in the Guinness Storehouse.
Great.
That's the entire floor of the Storehouse visitor experience that we've been renovating and refreshing over the last couple of months. And this newly designed space will be a world-class sensory and immersive experience that tells the story of the 4 natural ingredients of Guinness. So barley, water, yeast, and hops, the 4 ingredients that are used to create Guinness, and they're all sourced with care and appreciation for the environment. So bringing that story to life. And we want our visitors to learn that Guinness is not just brewed, it's farmed. In a new experience, you'll get to learn about regenerative agriculture, the people at the heart of farming our barley, the sustainability commitments made by Guinness. And then you'll also have an increased knowledge of the microbiology of Guinness. So yeast is such a unique element of Guinness that's kept under lock and key. So we want to tell those stories a little bit more. So we're really excited about that investment, which is a 6.5 or over 6.5 million euro investment. And that's so important to continue to invest in the experience and to offer visitors value for money. We've also then collaborated with As I Am to become a neurodivergent and autism-friendly experience. So once a month, we have a neurodivergent day where people can book that experience, and they can make sure that they have something that's relevant for them. It's still a great experience, but it's the sensory element of it is a little bit dialed down. And so we've been so excited about the launch of that and working with As I Am, and already we've had so much great feedback from people that have visited.
That's great. That's good to hear. And how long has that been in place?
We were accredited in October in all of our experience. So in the Guinness Storehouse, in Smithwick's experience, and in Roe & Co. We've also we're currently investing in Open Gate Brewery, which is where the heart of innovation happens with Guinness. So that's opening later this summer. The pilot plant is where things like Guinness 0.0 and Guinness Nitrous Surge has been invented and founded. So when we open that experience as well, we're looking forward to showcasing beer and brewing and paired with simple food. So very
great. No, it's constant innovation is the aim of the game. Just harking back to last November, Catherine, we talked at the time just after the Dublin riots and how upsetting they were and how shocking they were to a certain extent. And the worry I suppose we had was that Dublin and Ireland's reputation as a safe and peaceful and secure destination would be impaired. Have you picked up anything in regard to that? I mean, thankfully, it seems like a one-off. Please God, it's a one-off. It's not going to reoccur. But that reputation for Dublin is all important, isn't it?
It's so important, Owen. Like when you're competing on the international stage, and when people want to come on holidays to get away from maybe the trials and tribulations of life, it's so important that our reputation stays intact. And as you mentioned, thankfully, the reaction from the Gardaí and from Dublin City Council and from ministers was so immediate that it looks like it was a once-off experience. And we really welcomed the increased Garda presence in the city, and I think it's so important that that's maintained. Ultimately, I suppose, even from my own perspective, I've lived in many international cities, and Dublin still is a very safe city compared to, other cities, and our reputation is still really strong. But, we can never take that for granted. So it's so important to,
I think somebody said to me, a reputation is hard earned, but easily lost. So we have to be aware of that.
You're so right, Owen.
Yeah, so 2024, it's looking good. Those markets that you talked about are looking positive, but there are, I suppose, cost challenges. There's new labour legislation from government. The VAT rate went up last year. That's posing a challenge, I suppose, for big and small tourism and hospitality businesses. How are you guys coping in that regard? Because equally, it hits you too.
I mean, there's no question that the cost environment and the economic environment that we're all operating in continues to be challenging. You have to look at the energy cost increases, payroll and wage increases. You have to look at the cost of living in Dublin, particularly where we operate. The VAT increase, all of these costs do add up. And I think it's so important that ultimately, number one, businesses are here to make a profit, whether that's a small profit. The margins in hospitality are always, they are very tight. So the impact of small increases at this stage on margins is really challenging for small businesses. For us, we constantly, we're very big operation, and so we're very lucky that we can reinvest in the experience to make sure that we're offering value for money. And I think that's the most important thing for Dublin, for Ireland, that we offer value for money. We know we're not going to be the cheapest destination, but government have to think about, the impact of tourism right across every single country, every single county. It's incredible that we're going to be celebrating 10 years of the Wild Atlantic romantic way this year. And I know, been from Sligo myself, the impact that that has made. So continuing to invest and bin value for money is so important for tourism in Ireland, and indeed for the Guinness Storehouse.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it before, but and the government can't take tourism for granted. So they, pro-tourism, pro-enterprise policies are needed to allow us, the industry, continue to offer that really good value for money experience, because we're a Northern European country, and our cost base is certainly Northern European at this stage.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And look, I think, again, as long as the North American market remains strong and the dollar is strong, we have a great opportunity to, to deliver a brilliant product for North America, but we can't take that for granted either.
Absolutely. Talking about North America, and you mentioned St. Patrick's Day, it's coming up quite soon. It's obviously an opportunity for Ireland to be showcased around the world as well as in the States. What are the Storehouse's plans? Because you've kind of formed a strategic partnership nearly at this stage, haven't you, with the St. Patrick's Day Festival?
We work very closely with them for sure. And, for us, it's the kickoff of the tourism season. It's one of our biggest moments in the year at the Guinness Storehouse. And this year we're talking, our theme is, as well as the Sprague theme that St. Patrick's Festival are working on, our focus is on bringing on the good times with a 5-day celebration from the 14th to the 18th of March. But in line with Fáilte Ireland's mission to make the St. Patrick's Festival more accessible to everybody this year, we're actually having a relaxed parade space for those who are neurodivergent, and that's taking place on the morning of the 13th of March. So we're kicking that off. It's going to be very similar to the main event, but we'll open with less capacity. We have dimmed lights and sound, and we'll provide a sensory friendly entertainment such as a harpist and trad music at a lower tempo. Then we kick into, the big celebrations. So we are currently working on some incredible experiences, hopefully indoors and outdoors. So we have a bit of a surprise to unveil closer to the date. That's been inspired by a rarely before seen John Gilroy sketch. And I think it's unlike anything we've seen before. And we are working then with St. Patrick's Parade and the Collins Barracks connection right across the Liffey to make sure that the whole city is connected and entertained. We also have lots of entertainment, storytellers, DJs inside and outside, and every element has been designed to exemplify that uniqueness and that essence of Irish warm hospitality at this time of the year.
Great. As you say, it's a kickoff for I suppose, the strong tourism season that we hope is ahead of us. Catherine, thank you so much. Congratulations again on the award. As you say, the Tourism Oscars, you're the Cillian Murphy, I suppose, of Irish tourism.
That's an incredible accolade. I don't think we could possibly say we're as good as Cillian, but that's amazing.
We'll have to get into the Gravity Bar for a pint one of these days. Congratulations and best of luck for the year ahead.
Thank you. And thanks for everything you and the team do on to represent hospitality in Ireland and tourism.
Thanks, Catherine.